Moxy is playful, value for money, stylish, and not to mention a fun experience from start to finish. So we're excited to see a brand new hotel open just 10 minutes from Bengaluru airport. I'm staying today at Moxy, and this is the first Moxy to open as part of the Marriott Group in India, and it's going to be an incredible experience. If you're new to Moxy, then it's part of the Marriott brand, which includes world-renowned hotels like the St. Regis, and now Moxy is the little sister of W Hotels, which are 5-star in service and a little bit quirky, as we found out when we stayed at the W in Melbourne, which we highly recommend. It's like going to an exclusive nightclub without having to drink any alcohol. Moxy is Marriott's budget chain, targeting millennials, Generation Z, and anyone who wants to pretend you're young again, just for the night. The Moxy in Delhi is no exception, with a very carefully designed layout that is leaking with fun and excitement at every corner. Even the most uptight person would probably be tempted to have a photo taken with the angel wings in the background. Upon checking in, I was offered a welcome drink, alcoholic or not. Choosing the first to enhance the experience, but to retreat to my room before my mouth gets the better of me. Now, Moxy was running a deal at the time of booking, being a new chain to attract customers who wanted the all-inclusive experience. This includes breakfast and dinner in the evening. How could I not? More on that one later. Because we must go see the room, and I'm really delighted because they've been really kind and upgraded me to a Moxy 1 King Suite with a courtyard view. Before I get carried away, because I'm totally into the Moxy brand, it's only 10 minutes from the airport, or 1 hour 40 if you choose public transport, but I probably wouldn't. Now, I generally do love the Moxy brand, so at risk of sounding like this is a paid sponsorship, it's not. All our reviews are totally paid for by us, so that we can be honest and tell you whether we enjoyed ourselves or not. In comparison to the 5-star ITC hotel in Hyderabad, the Moxy is clearly aimed at a very different type of guest. The materials feel homely and warm, and if I was a 20-something young executive selling skateboards from a trendy shop, or just moved to New York, this would be my ideal home. Warm wood on the floors and walls, the zigzag carpet, and the brick wall, which I think I remember being fake. There's even a sink and an induction hob for those who might want to cook in their room. But why would you when there's nice food offerings downstairs? The non-Peloton workout bicycle is a nice idea, although the seat was at the wrong angle, so when I tried it, it was just uncomfortable. If you do try it out, there's plenty of bottled water, and if you have music playing as an incentivizer, you can charge it from the universal plug socket USB-A or even USB-C. How handy. Moving through into the bedroom, the first thing that hits your eye is the large pink beanbag. It is very comfortable, but if you forget to turn the aircon on, you might not have the strength to get back up. The bed was very comfortable, and it's king size, which is slightly unusual for Moxy, usually hosting a double. I wasn't always exactly sure what the theme of the room was, but I'd love to stay here again. Next to the bed is an old school telephone, and a simple battery powered clock. Hello? An old school lamp would feel right at home in a New York apartment. And Moxy's always good when it comes to plug sockets. There are plenty more. And the king size bed features a brown leather headboard. The room is anything but budget, with a 50-inch TV and a coffee station and fridge just below. I stayed here for 2 nights in total, and I did enjoy every morning looking outside the window down at the pool and just seeing the beautiful row of trees and seeing if it was busy or not. Interestingly, it never was. And now we'll head off and go and see the bathroom. Oops. Yes, that was staged, but seriously, if you're going to stay in this room, just move it out of the way. So I could already tell this is a fun hotel because when I checked in, ignoring the message on the mirror, The guy was like, if you come down and play one of the games, and there are quite a few games to choose from, and I win, I'll get a free drink. I've only stayed in the standard Moxy hotels, and this one is either a hybrid or a new style, because typically the bathrooms are pretty small, and I ideally wouldn't stay for longer than one night, maybe two at a push. I did like the white brick tiles with the black filling, and the dark marble sink is just pretty. There's even a continuation of the theme, with an almost nautical looking lamp, a hairdryer, and in terms of amenities, these are quite different from the majority of Moxy properties. The brand I don't know is called Herbalist, and it's always nice to see a separate shampoo, conditioner, and body wash. I would recommend, if you're staying in this room, take your trainers off because they leave a squeaky sound. Anyway, this isn't the standard room that I booked, but because I'm a Marriott Titanium member, I was given this room, this wonderful, wonderful room, as a complimentary upgrade. Thank you, Moxy. A quick search on Moxy's website shows that the standard room is available for 14,200 INR, or £132, which is slightly more than what I paid, but if you want to add in breakfast, this will cost you an additional £500, which is cheap in my view at £4.60. I, however, went for the Moxy Madness, which now includes 1,000 bonus points, breakfast, lunch or dinner, and a welcome drink. But the interesting part is it also has a one-way airport transport, all for £8.40, which is a bargain. If you want the suite I stayed in, then again this will cost you £50 more than the base room. So consider if you want the extra space and the facilities. So normally I don't do this, but they had an introductory offer here, which included breakfast and dinner for quite a reasonable price. Let's go see what the food's like. And if you're wondering, there are no specific times, so you can just turn it when you want, well, at least when your stomach tells you to go. After scouting out the place and choosing a seat, it wasn't exactly obvious what the offer included, but the waiter was more than happy to explain. And you are entitled to a soup, a starter, a main, and a dessert. If you want something to drink, drinking water is complimentary, but anything else is extra. To most people, 4 courses is a lot of food, but in addition, a plate of seeded crispy bread arrives with a spicy dip. Be warned, it was spicy. I ate here on 2 different nights, and rather than explain each dish, I'll just leave it to my handy side note. Just to interrupt, this is one of the best things I've put in my mouth. It's like a small donut in treacle. For a budget chain, all the meals were anything but budget, with the highlight being the butter chicken, absolutely delicious, and the gulab jamun dessert that was so good I had to have it the second night. Perhaps this hasn't crossed your mind before, but breakfast can be one of the most challenging meals of the day for a hotel, because you have your on-the-go business people who will probably grab one item and a coffee. Then there's the families who will snack to their heart's content, overeating like I do, and then feeling bloated and regretting it later. And outside of Western society, there's great pressure on hotels to provide food for both local palates and abroad. I admit I'm not amazing with spice, but I did find the variety more than adequate for a budget-end hotel. And you can even order custom egg orders at the counter, which was a really welcome surprise. Ultimately, not wanting to overfill myself, at fear of missing out on the swimming pool, I treaded really carefully, with a mix of fruit, yogurt and some hot items from the buffet. Then again, just to state, I felt this was excellent value. As much as I'd love to go for a swim, I'm pretty logical and I need to give it at least 1 hour after eating, but I can still go outside and have a quick look. Just outside the doors is that festival style media wall, which plays a Moxy video on a loop. And opposite is a very well designed pool complete with the Moxy signature pink umbrellas. During my stay here it was never busy, and at most I only saw one other person. I can't quite work out if that's because people don't know it exists, the price, or the style just being a little bit of a shock. And at the far end of the pool is a very tall wall, which would have been pretty boring, but they've printed or painted a lovely mural of a local street. On the way back up to the room, curiosity got the better of me, and in the lift I wanted to see what floor M was. It turns out it's a balcony level, which overlooks the pool, and again would have been just a massive paved area, but they've dressed it with plants and some comfortable seating. And if swimming and lounging just aren't your thing, then you can always work the food off in the gym, which was well stocked and again really quiet. In fact, so quiet I even changed the channel on the TV and started binge watching the series The Office. Staying here was a wonderful experience. It's fun, quirky, and they fed me really well. So whether or not you have a flight from the airport or you're just staying in the city, this is a highly recommended property. Thank you for watching.